Hi, everybody. Welcome to the NCAA Football 2006 SMU Death Penalty Dynasty. We are in Season 10 off-season mode. In the last episode, we beat Oregon State in the Rose Bowl, and that completed a 13-1 season. Had us finish number 3 in the country. Taking a look at the polls here real quick. Colorado at one point did jump us. That was unfortunate. In the coaches poll, we were number 2 and finished with a decent amount of first place votes. Probably wasn't a scenario where we could sneak in a split national title there. We are dealing with Michigan after all. They have a history of that. They did it back in 1997. So that would have been interesting. But as it stands, finished number 3 and number 2 in the country. We did win the Heisman Trophy, and we're pretty happy about that. Obviously, we had a nice 45-10 win, and if you see in the top right, there's the big piece, as we talked about it before. I might attach it earlier. We got that Big 12 invite. We got invited to the Big 12 North and replacing Iowa State. So the Iowa State Cyclones will now be in Conference USA and will take over our schedule. So good luck to the Cyclones. We'll see how they do moving forward. That might be an interesting team to look at once we wrap up here with SMU. Full disclosure, once I get to this point with a dynasty, it's usually about the time I start wrapping it up. The mission with this dynasty was to get SMU in a power conference and kind of resurrect them from a death penalty standpoint, where they had a roster that was so depleted that they were basically the worst team in the country by a long shot. We did that. We got SMU into a power conference. We got them into the Big 12, and they'll be good for quite some time, barring something crazy. We'll probably be here a couple more years, I would imagine, probably like 2. I would imagine 1 or 2. Maybe we do a couple more recruiting cycles. One thing that I like to do when I know I'm about to wrap up, especially when we get this promotion into a power conference, all of my recruiting restrictions are now gone. So what I've been doing in the past is 2 stars up to 4-star prestige, and then after that we do 3-star players and up. Now that we're in the Big 12, those restrictions are gone. We will now basically let loose now that we know that SMU is where they need to be. And that's good news. I don't know if it's bad news, but the kind of bad news is that if you look up there, we have 70 players on the roster. Only 4 are seniors. We're only losing 4 seniors out of this class. Most of them are linemen. We have positions behind them. And then we have probably at most 4, maybe 5 guys that could entertain going pro that are underclassmen. I would imagine Hayes Levine would be one of those guys. He's gonna be go. I would imagine. He finished second in the Heisman. He has his size, arm talent, with the statistical profile he put up. It's probably gone. Threw for 5,500 yards and 58 touchdowns with a 200 passer rating. Won the Maxwell, second in the Heisman O'Brien Award. Probably gone. There's one interesting here. Antoine Irons could be interesting. He did not have in terms of rushing yards, crazy, but the 22 rushing touchdowns might propel him to go pro. He led the country in rushing touchdowns with only 825 rushing yards. Remember last year, Greg Ousley only ran for 730 yards, but he had 25 rushing touchdowns. He went early. So I wonder if Antoine Irons will, test the waters as well. I got to imagine Ryan Pearson's gone. I would be shocked if he came back. In terms of linemen, Aaron Harris, he's gone. Harvey's gone. So that's 2, and then Griffin's gone as well. So you have 3 of the 4 seniors are starters on the offensive line. The only other senior is Courtney Baker, who started with us as a sophomore, had a lot of time as a freshman, and then kind of fell out of favor after his sophomore year. Didn't really see the field that much. He was a big part of that 2012 team that lost in the Rose Bowl to Iowa, had 5 interceptions, but then kind of lost his starting role. He was a guy that, had good speed, but not great speed. And, great awareness, great tackling ability, but just a little slow. And because of that, I played Blanks and Scott because they had better speed, as you see here, especially Raheem Scott. Excuse me. So he's definitely gone. Jonathan Stanback has to go. 58 sacks, crushes the NCAA career record, has a single season record as well in sacks. 6'5", 257, I think, in the 99 overall in the real world, this guy would be like a top 3 draft pick. Like he'd be gone. So Jonathan Sandback, good luck to you. Even gave him the 95, gave him that Myles Garrett number. Good luck to you. I can't imagine he's coming back. But in the only other guy here, Brodarius Blanks, could I maybe entertain going pro. First team Conference USA, 88 overall, had a big year, had 7 interceptions, 56 tackles. I could see him maybe testing it. None of the corners I don't think are going to. Maybe Barrett. None of these guys are first teamers. I don't know why Chris Barrett would. He had a good year, but 2 picks, 3 fumble recoveries. Like it's not elite. And then all the guys, technically, Tavius Black isn't a starter, so none of these guys here can go as well. So I'm thinking at most like 5, and that gives us space for 9 players to recruit, and we don't need that many. So we're going to be incredibly selective. I'm excited to do the offseason here, but it's not going to be like this super huge class. I'm debating on what to do percentage-wise here for the school budgets. We're doing at least 20 for recruiting. The thing is, we just won 13 games. We're in a power conference. We can be incredibly selective, but we got to have something. And the discipline we did run out of this year, I don't anticipate that happening too much going forward. And we have a ton of underclassmen. If we pump this thing up to 65, I don't know if I've ever had it that high before. So, okay, so I underestimated how many would go. Levine, gone. Antoine Irons, gone. Brodarius Blanks, gone. Elijah Archer, that one's a little bit surprising. He's gone. Pearson, of course, is gone. Standback is gone. So we had 6. I was a little bit surprised by Archer. I think that's the only one that I didn't really consider as a guy that could go. So that's 4 of our 5 starting linemen are going to be testing the waters here. My general rule, and I've seen other people do this, and I disagree with it, because the computer can't do this. They can't go in here and see if they can get Hector Levine to stay or these guys to stay. I'm not going to do it. I know it's pretty random anyway. Pearson's even like leaning to stay, which is crazy. But no, they're gone. They're all gone. I'm happy that no one's transferring. 6 guys are going pro. I'll have to note that Archer has left as well. It's we have Julian Clemens in the wings. We had 3 running back recruits, actually 4 running back recruits last year. Antoine Irons, that's okay. See you later. We have Raheem Scott. We have other linebackers. We have a ton of linemen on this team. We have a ton of wide receivers on this team. And we definitely have the talent on the outside to take care as well. So it's a bummer to lose these guys, but nothing that wasn't anticipated. And yeah, we'll move forward. Now it's all we have. So as you can tell, we have 3 pipeline states. Washington, I think, is close. Lost Arkansas. We had Florida for a little bit. Arkansas is at 3, but isn't a pipeline. That's interesting. And then Washington, we have 3 as well. Don't ask me. Javari Vincent won a Heisman, and now all of a sudden we do it. So, but 37 from Texas, 5 from Louisiana, 6 from Oklahoma. So let's get into it. First off, we always check out interested prospects. Look at this. This is a completely new world. There are 10 blue chip players interested in us. I'll just end up going position by position. Very first one's a 5-star athlete. Okay, let's check this out here. 4.52, A+, A-, 6 foot 190. That guy's pretty dangerous. That's a pretty excellent profile. Great speed. I love the arm talent, because what I've noticed in this game is that the strength doesn't necessarily improve all that much. The accuracy can throughout the year and throughout off seasons. Your arm strength is your arm strength. So that one's pretty interesting right off the bat, and definitely note Terrence Robinson. We won't recruit it quite yet. I do want to try and stay in the state of Texas for the most part. This guy runs a 4.48, A+, D+ with that speed, but he's also got poor discipline, so we have to move on. I didn't even look at Robinson's. Good and average. Okay. So we go down to Louisiana here. Let's scout this guy. A+, A-, 4.95, 6'4". So an A+, good potential. Daniel Jackson, definitely one to look into. This kid out of Ohio, my goodness. The only thing is it's so far away. 6'2", 240. I mean, let's at least look. 4.65, A+, B+. with that size, that's pretty incredible. 6'2", 245. That guy's a tank. Unbelievable. Looks like he likes Miami. Everything else is really good. Let's see here. A plus, A, B plus A. Okay. I do like to look at guys that have me atop their list. Just because it is a heck of a lot easier to recruit that way. And again, we're going to be so selective here. And I mean, we got like 12 guys that are interested in this. It's pretty crazy. It's kind of interesting how this thing judges, how the game judges what's close and what isn't. Ohio is considered like a super far away state, so scouting them is 9 points, but Michigan's only 6. Make that make sense. Last I checked, Michigan is farther away from Texas than Ohio, but I guess I could be wrong on that. I have no idea. This kid, A plus, C plus, tough, good and good, which is nice, but that's not great. We've done great in the state of Oklahoma, but that's a JUCO. Watford City, North Dakota. Good speed. Interesting. I don't want to waste all my points at quarterback. We do need a quarterback. We need quarterback and outside linebacker, so we probably are looking at a quarterback in this particular recruiting class. This kid, 6'2", 210, Wharton. Average potential good, 305, 585. Good hands. That one's to consider. Not as good as he was, but that's okay. Look at how many receivers are interested in it. Probably need to be super selective here. If we take anybody, it'll be 1. So we'll have to be pretty selective here. This guy is 6'8" with a great leaping. A- hands. Gonna move on. 6'6", 215. I have to at least look. 424 B plus hands. That's a bummer. Okay, moving on. Yeah, okay. I don't know. This might be another year where we don't take one. Let's see here. 439, 441 A plus. That's decent. 439 A plus, but doesn't have great leaping ability. That's interesting. We'll at least take a look. 433. So a little bit more of a slot guy. That 38.6 vertical kind of has me questioning some things, but 433 is legit. This guy, 6 foot 165. This is Xavier Worthy. If we're talking about Texas, 6 foot 165. A little tiny, and I noticed Stanford is kind of in my grill with a lot of these recruits. Got a 5-star tight end here. I can scout him. 6'3", 209. I can get a receiver bigger than that and move him. That's not big enough. I'm looking for this type of player, right? 6'5", 257. You're gonna play tight end. You got to be at least 230. Anywhere between 230 and 240. Anything under that gets a little bit weird. I know when we had Ryan Pearson, we could have moved him. He would have beefed up past 230, but I don't take anything smaller than that because you got to be able to block. That's primarily what we're looking for you to do. We're probably not taking a tight end this cycle anyhow. We're pretty fine with that position. We don't throw the ball to the tight end that much. So, again, incredibly selective. I see 8 4-star tackles. Let's see here. Anybody got me high on their list? This guy is massive from Mansfield, Texas. Zeph Garrett. Poor discipline. We move on. Let's see here. Anybody else? That guy's from Georgia, 6'7", 335, 465. Let's at least look. This kid is interesting. 5'16", so decent enough speed. A plus, 720 squat, 465. That might be your guy front right there. It's interesting to go out of the state for a guy like that. This guy's New Mexico, 5'3", 352. I always look at speed a little bit just because you can notice, like, even if they're really big and they're slow, they usually come in as really good run blockers, but their pass blocking is awful. And it sometimes takes them a while to kind of catch up, if they ever catch up at all. So I always want to consider that. I want to scout both of these guys, see what's hot here. 465, 690 A plus. 500, 655 A plus. Both are really good players. Just keep them on the radar. But this Fern kid, this is the kid that I really like here. 5'16", so great speed. 6'7", 335. Of all the guys here, this is the guy that I like the most. And that field awareness is big too, because again, they got to be able to develop and they got to know what they're doing. If they don't know what they're blocking, they can't play. So, kind of a big deal. Everything about this guy looks great, except he's 6'5", 264 pounds. And in real life, that wouldn't be a problem. But in this game, the weight doesn't go up that high. So he is from Texas. He's got poor discipline. We're moving on. We're just moving on. A plus 470, 205. Another Alabama kid. Good average. Everything checked out there. That's a pretty good profile as well. Well, yeah, it's definitely a kid worth considering. Yeah, let's go ahead and move on here. Alvin, Texas, 524, 495, 715. Good average. Excellent, good looking kid there. Okay. Poor discipline, move on. Anybody else got me high on their list? And they're down to 3 stars. Not that that's a bad thing, but you see guys are a little bit more flawed. Blue chip out of Kentucky at center. No. New Jersey, Warrensville Heights. That's where that quarterback was from, too. Maybe they're teammates. Cedric Gaz. Let's see here. Woodridge, Illinois, 63311. I'm interested. Let's take a look. Yeah, poor discipline. Moving on. Don't need a center anyway. That's a position we're pretty well loaded up at. I generally want an A+ field awareness guy for center. I will take the hit at on the strength numbers at least a little bit in case I can get that A+ guy. Okay, there's some Uvalde kid, 6'4", 256. I don't generally recruit the defensive ends, but when they look that good, you gotta at least look. And he isn't that guy. His bench and squats are down, so they got good size. That's great, but don't really have what I'm looking for. Like, this is the type of like 360, 640, but he's 6'2", 230. Like, he looks like a middle linebacker. So I know a bunch of defensive ends want to come to town. Why wouldn't they? We just had a guy that's probably going to be the #1 overall draft pick. But we get our defensive ends in different means. I usually look for at least, early on in dynasties, I'll look for like one horse. Like one guy that's like 270 pounds. Kind of like a prototypical 3-4 but just because I like to have run blockers so that my running backs can run, or my linebackers can run around. But once you get to a certain point, you start bringing in a certain level middle linebacker. That kind of goes out the window because everybody has the size and strength anyway. All right, let's go ahead and go to defensive tackle. 48690. My goodness. Oh, poor. All right, moving on. Good for discipline. 466, 95, 61, 294. 455, 655. A field awareness. Jason Mackey's a pretty good looking player. This guy is beast. 63308. A-. Got a New Mexico kid. New Mexico's got a couple of prospects this year. San Juan, Texas. Little small. 271 is a little small for my liking. This is a JUCO kid from Kingwood that we could absolutely take as a 3-star. But yeah, we're not in the business for JUCOs at this point. There's Coeur d'Alene, Danny Ogletree, big kid, has his top of the list, but we'll probably move on from that. Don't need a defensive tackle. We do need an outside linebacker. This is probably where we're going to spend a lot of our time here. Look at this kid, 4'5", poor discipline. Moving on. Anybody at top of this? Ohio State is everywhere on these guys. Got a lot of kids want to go to Ohio State. Don't blame them. It's a good program. 452, 360, 640. That's pretty decent. We'll see if he wants to come to town. Just get the scouting profile out there. There's an Arkansas kid with good size, but poor discipline. So we're moving on from that. It's a kid from Ohio that doesn't have Ohio at the top of his list. And then we get down to the 3-stars. This might be a position that we need to address elsewhere. We might have to do something else. Middle linebacker. Look at all these beautiful 4-star middle linebackers. It's fantastic. How many points do we have? 49. So we are kind of getting to that point. 5'11", 232. Let's see if we have anybody at the top of this. 6 foot, 239 out of Oklahoma. 455, 645, 443. What you look like? Poor. Too bad. Moving on. 350, 715. What is going on there? That's weird. Union, New Jersey. We've weirdly recruited Union, New Jersey. I think we've had 2 players come from there. It's interesting. Eric Henderson, at least take a look here. 456, whoa. 6'1", 229. That guy's just a middle linebacker, though. 456, 395, 695. We'll see if we can stay in the race. This guy, Laurel, Montana. Do you have the wheels? Here we go. Nate Mills, 452. Let's see. This is beautiful. This is your outside linebacker right here. It's Nate Mills, Snowflake, Arizona, 446, 395, 705. You don't worry about the field awareness because you're going to be moving him anyway. He's already 6'4", 240, we're going to just go ahead. That's going to be right there. Nate Mills out of Snowflake, Arizona. Got to have him. That's the guy. Lockhart, Texas. Pretty good player, only 3 points. Poor discipline. Moving on. All right. More 4 stars. Anybody else got us a little bit closer? Colorado's in on a lot of these guys, so I suspect we might see one of these guys down the road. Another Texas kid. He's a JUCO sophomore. A little small, little light for me. 4'8", 470, 690, 6'1", 235 out of Kingwood, Texas. That's what defensive tackle was from too, if I recall right. So 4'8", 6'1", 235. I wish you were a little bit taller, but I gotta know. 4'8", 430, 695. What was the other guy here? 405, 705 with 456. This guy's a 448, excuse me. 430, 695. Got to at least scout him. That's a 3-star. Anthony, jeez, man, this is where I get caught up. I'm regretting only going 20% because I want to scout all these guys. I want to see what they're all about. This guy's a 4'5", 295, 655, 6'7", 235. Just an absolute nightmare on the edge there. 6'6", 231, 4'5". Yeah, these guys are all really, really good. 4'37", 6'1", 252. Yeah, let's scout him. 4'4", oh my gosh, 4'3". Chris Britt, Wells Branch. Are you? Oh, ooh. I might cheat the because I can take 10. It's not just 4. I can take 10, right? So I think Britt's gonna make the list. All right, so we've got. Let's pass Britt. Can we go past Britt here? Anybody else here? Because now I'm like looking at this class and like, oh, it might just be all middle linebackers again. Don't want to do that, but it might be. Okay, I feel better about that. Corner is interesting. We have 4 seniors at corner, so like we need to bring in somebody. It would be nice to kind of bridge this gap a little bit. These guys are incredibly fast. This guy looks like he's ready to go to Ohio State. Anybody from Texas? 4.31 can leap. Take a look. 4.24. Yeah, let's get that started here. 4.24, 3.98. Yeah, that's automatic. Anybody that really likes us? We're in second place for a lot of guys. A lot of guys like kind of interested, but not really. 4.29 Texas, 4.35, 6.183. This guy's a leaper, and he's strong too. 6'1", 191. Let's at least scout it. 4.43, good, super strong and a leaper. I like the profile of that kid. Chris Henry coming out of Henderson, Texas. Free safety. Do we need a free safety? We got a sophomore and 2 juniors. Probably not. Is there anybody, like, is this kid right here, like, would he be worth it? 6'2", 214. Okay, these guys are kind of looking to come to town here. 4.48, 295, 470. Let's at least scout it. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on it. We got 5 points. Strong safety. I would love an upgrade at strong safety just to have a kid in the area. It just hasn't happened yet. I don't think we're getting one here either. Okay, so I think at quarterback, this kid looks the part. 4.52, A+, A-. 4.65, a bunch of A+, B+. 4.95. This guy's the statue. He's a good one. If we keep going down, what else have we scouted? Anybody else down here? This guy's A+, C+, at a Brownfield. Anybody else down here? Doesn't look like it. This athlete looks fantastic. 4.52, A+, A-. We can develop that, especially with that running ability. I think that's a kid that you want to come to town. I have not scouted any other athlete, which makes me feel bad because this guy's 6'9", 302. I want to scout. This guy's massive. I want to at least look at this dude. So let's withdraw. Is there anybody that I was going? I mean, the only 2 guys I'm going after are middle linebackers, right? Oh, I took two corners as well. Okay, so they're 3 stars. We can wait on that. Withdraw. Well, let's withdraw that. So Chris Henry, and it was Danny Washington. This guy that I was looking at. I'm keeping my middle linebackers, keeping them. And then I want to scout that very large man, athlete. Where was he at? He was from Oklahoma. Not you. Bixby. 6'9", 5'5", 715. And the reason you want to go after a kid like this, if he does come good, this guy has a lot of offensive line talent, but he might be a defensive tackle. Defensive tackles are hard to find, especially with these type of numbers. 480, 715. This guy could be a 6'9", 302. I mean, he might be a defensive tackle. So we'll keep an eye out on that. I don't think. I wasn't like super excited about the whiteouts here. Who was the guy? Was there anybody that was like, yeah, this is it? Not really. Really wasn't a whiteout where I was like super duper thrilled. We might just have to move on there. Weren't going after tight end. Friend was the defensive tackle, but he's from Georgia, so I can't go after him yet. Was there a guard that I was super interested in? I don't even know if there was. The guy was poor, average. The guy's from Alabama, Alvin, Texas, 495, 715, A+. Yeah. All right. Well, this Ogletree kid. I remember Ogletree, but you recruit anybody else? Interesting. All right. So who have I targeted? Outside linebackers. I want to go. If I have a point left, I'm gonna go after that athlete. Let's be real about this. You gotta know. Okay, so we're gonna go to week 2. Did I lose anybody? No, I didn't. So Robertson, it's all about program prestige. We're gonna load him up. Mills, well, didn't get a pitch there. And Britt is all about location. Whew, baby, look at these guys, man. 4'4'3", 6'1", 252. He's already got the size. 395, 670 to 4'4'3". This guy's already 6'4", 240. Yeah, these are the guys right here. So we're gonna load up there. We're gonna go from there. Let's see here. So Terrence Robinson, we have the pitch, which is great, but I don't like. Is he the profile? I don't know yet. We're gonna find out here. Let's see here. So Waller's from Bixby, program prestige. We're gonna hammer it. We're gonna see if we can get him to come to town. Clark has us atop his list. Now I'm interested because the 4.65 is good, not great, and the pass accuracy is down, but the A+ field awareness and just the size, man, that's tough. That's a tough combo. I'm intrigued. It's Eric Clark or Terrence Robertson, 6 foot 190. We're in third. Doesn't have the field awareness. The pass accuracy might just be a difference of a couple of points. We don't need a burner at quarterback. We just need someone who can move a little bit. And this guy can move a little bit. Now listen, we jumped up everybody's list. Oh man, it's tough. And we're up top. Oh goodness gracious. Yeah, we've got options. This kid, just the size, man. Warrensville Heights. If we could pluck him off of Ohio State, 6'2", 245, A+, B+, be a great developmental piece. I think I'm having a change of heart. I don't have a lot of points, so I am just going to go ahead and put him on both. I'll recruit both. We'll see how that goes. It'll probably be a disaster. Just let me do it. Just let me do it. Okay. This is the closest guy, 4'3", but he's a little bit smaller for a type of guy that I like there. So we're going to move on. Zeph Garrett, he's the poor discipline. Freund has got us up. 465, 275, 16, and we have a pitch. Let's go get him. Let's see if we can go get him. Yeah, let's go get that kid. And then this guy is really good, but he's going to be kind of like a just-in-case type of dude. 477.05. Got Lobdell, 495. Do you have a positive pitch? This kid likes us. Well, he's poor, so we're moving on. Poor, average in Alabama, 516. This guy's 524, but he has better strength numbers. And we have a positive pitch. Let's go get Evan Lobdell. That might be our one guy here. And I don't think we're taking a center. I don't think we're taking a defensive end. Let's take a look at defensive tackle. No. I think we might have our defensive tackle. I think it might be that kid, that athlete from Bixby, Oklahoma. Jason Mackey, let's come back to it. Right now we're targeting 7, which means we got 3 spots. And this is before we even get into, week 2 prospects. 4, 5, 6, a little bit smaller. I've scouted a lot of these cats here. Yeah, moving. Mills, we're recruiting hard. Mills, we're probably going to recruit harder. But we'll check that out as it comes. Bryson Brown is a good player. 6'1", 235, 430, 695. Yeah, he's pretty good too. Man, there's some talent here. 395, 655. A little bit light. Not by much. I love the size profile. But 395, 670, 443. That's too much to pass up right now. So let's keep that in mind here. Let me get that number in my head. 395, 670. Just put that in my brain. 395, 670. Okay. This guy's 430, 695. So 395, 670 versus this guy who's 6'1", 235, A- and has us atop his list. 395, 670. This guy's a little bit light. Again, he's a little bit lighter. And he is very fast. This guy's 448, 430, 695, A-. I don't know why I'm not recruiting him. Let's take a look here. Walker, 405, 705, 395, 705, 446. We know we're recruiting you. And then the kids up here, Tulare, Oklahoma, 427, poor, 456, 395, 695. Those are excellent numbers. Probably wants to go to a different school. A little bit bummed about this kid as well. Looks like he wants to go to Oklahoma. Let's scroll down here. Where's this guy? Right at top here. Bryson Brown, Kingwood, Oklahoma. We got to figure it out. You can't go to UTEP. We gotta get you in the fold somehow. If we recruit 3 of them and move somebody outside, then that's what we do. That's okay. So this guy, Danny Washington, not interested in program prestige. I do want 2. Who's the other guy here? Where did he go? Chris Henry. Let's do location. I'm not in love with the speed, but everything else, like this kid's a strong kid and can leap 6'1", 190. He got good speed, not awful speed. Whereas Washington is a burner, doesn't quite have the jumping ability or the strength, but he can run with anybody. Both have the same field awareness, and now we're targeting 10. So yeah, it gets weird quickly. We might have to recalibrate some of this. I don't know if I can go over after 2 quarterback recruits right now. But what we're going to do now is we're going to go to all prospects, and I'm sure we can look at some guys, see what's got this size. 6'5", 300 pounds out of Clifton, Colorado. I live in Colorado. I don't know where Clifton, Colorado is. That's on me. Looks like a lineman, though. Just looks like a pretty prototypical offensive lineman. He does run a 4.88 though, which makes me think he might be a defensive tackle. If he is, that's definitely worth looking into. There weren't even a lot of like 4-star athletes. There were only 5. So the guys we're targeting are the best players. So that is interesting. This is a quarterback that runs a 4.29 out of East Naples. Does he stay at 4.29? Because if he does, he's interesting. Let's at least check it out. 4.3, yeah, 4.39. Get out of here. He's still really good, like really fast, but like it's not what we're looking for here. So there are 3 blue chip quarterbacks. We're going after one of them. Let's just skip over to wide receiver. Is there 4 still stack 363 245? Oklahoma State. Why do you want to go to Oklahoma State? 6'3", 215, 437 A+. Okay, let's see if we can get on his list. Portsmouth, Ohio. 441, 428. This guy wants to go to Ohio State. I'm gonna let him go to Ohio State because that's where he wants to go. This guy wants to go to Stanford, which is probably a good career move. Look at these kids from Texas. Why aren't you get? I mean, it's because we're loaded up. It's because we're loaded up a wide receiver. Oklahoma State, man. What are we doing? What are we doing? Who wants to go to Oklahoma State right now? Come on, we're hot. It's finishing high in the country. What are we doing here? I digress. No hate for the Pokes. None whatsoever for any Oklahoma State fans out there. I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't think we're taking a whiteout unless this kid up here becomes really cool about a lot of things real quickly. Bryant Holt. but he looks like an Oklahoma State lean. He looks like he's ready to commit right now. Great size profile, 4.31 vertical. I think it's about as high as you get on here. A+, A+. We'll see if we sneak onto a list. Probably not. Not worried about tight end. I think I'm happy with where I'm at tackle. I think I'm happy with where I'm at guard. Let's just take a look here. There's a Missouri kid, 495, 670. No, I don't think so. Yeah, I think this is the kid that if we get a chance to, that's who we're going to take. We'll scroll through here, guys that we're targeting. This is probably your backup plan. We've got a couple of those, and that's fine. It's okay to have backup plans. This guy's like the ultimate, Alex Haynes, the ultimate backup plan. This is not a year where we need to take backups, though, so we don't need to concern ourselves with that. This kid's from Columbia, Missouri, doesn't even have Missouri on his list. That's an ouch. 6'1", 272. A little bit tiny, just like this guy. Josh Anderson out of Fultondale, Alabama, has us atop his list. We're going after Lobdell, who in my opinion is just a little bit better across the board, but at the same time, this guy is quicker, and it ain't by much. Like, the strength thing ain't much, so that's interesting. Okay. I'm interested in what I want to do here. I think these guys are really equal football players. I think Anderson's a little bit quicker. They have almost the exact same frame. This guy's a little bit stronger. They're both good and average. 470, 705 to 495, 715. It's a strength thing. It's minor, but we're in third on this guy's list, and we're first on this guy's list. So let's, at the very least, throw him a bone here. So we're going to have two guards. Center, anybody? This guy's from Kentucky. I know we kind of targeted him early. Not really feeling it. Another 4-star center out of Illinois. We're going to move on. Defensive tackle. There isn't a blue star in here, a blue chip in here. Jason Mackey. Like, that might be, I think we just get on the list. What's he in? South Carolina, Clemson, Ohio State, Wisconsin. Might be a location deal. Might be a coaching style deal. Might be a coaching prestige deal. Might just be a location. We'll put it there. We'll see what happens. Outside linebacker, a bunch of 4-stars, and a bunch of, I mean, we're already going after the top guys, but you get down here, already down to number 15. There isn't a good one here. I like where we're at, quite honestly. A couple of big-time middle linebackers that weren't on our list. We've got Barbados, 6'6", 216, 425, 720. My goodness, man, 720. I like where we're at middle linebacker. I think one of these guys is going to move. I think that's just fine. Worst case, we move a guy that we have existing just to fill that gap for outside linebacker. We're moving on. Got a blue chip corner out of Missouri. Let's see here. Sappington, Missouri. Let's go ahead and scout him. 4.26. This guy's a prodigy. Jiminy Christmas. They got another cornerback out of Missouri who wants to go to Ohio State, but let's at least scout him. 4.16 verified. Not a leaper, though. Not a leaper. That is his only drawback. He's very strong. We're going to try to get on Keith Williams' list here and see what happens. You notice we're a little bit over. That's okay. That's all right. I don't mind being a little bit over because we're not going to get all these kids. So I want to at least see where we end up. I would love some like Texas kids to show up here so I could make scouting a little bit easier. But that doesn't appear to be what's going to happen for me. That's all right. Free safety, West Covina, California, Manhattan Beach, California, San Bruno, California. I wonder where all the free safeties are at. They're all in California. Mike Lemon does like us. This is a pretty average statistical profile, in my opinion. 325, 470, 446. Good leaper. Nothing that really blows me away. Anything else here? Newton out of Ohio. 418, which is about 98 speed. Not really. Not really. He's an Alice, Texas kid who was a little bit bummed we didn't scout him, but he's a little bit light. Let's at least take a look. 441, decent player. Everything went up. Bench press went down, but squat went way up. Vertical went up, and speed didn't die. That's a decent looking player right there, actually. 441, 325, 520. Decent player. This safety's massive but slow. Looks like a linebacker. And yeah, there we go. Okay, so there's some talent here. I think I just skipped over running back. We could at least look. We could at least look at running back and see if anything piques our interest. How about you, Justin Hamilton? 4.31, 3.15, 6.10. Pretty good. He's a little, I mean, tall dude. Not a bad player. The 4.33 A- hands. It's a good looking player. But we're already going after 13. We're going to get forced into an outside linebacker here, unfortunately. Let's look at our current targets. Again, we're just trying to get on the board with Williams. Clark, I think we're going to be a little bit more aggressive with. The more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm like, kid's pretty good. Like, that size profile you just don't see. He's a massive kid. 4.65, that's good enough. And in terms of strength, he's stronger. I mean, this Robinson kid, for his size, 6 foot 190, is incredibly strong. But the field awareness is a big deal. And the 40 time, that 4.52 is going to grade out to be around like an 84, I want to say, in terms of speed. Something like that, which is really good. The 4.65 is going to be like a 76, something like that. 74 to 76, which is more than plenty for what we want to do. And coming with better field awareness means he can be ready to play when Clemens is gone or when Brad Johnson's gone. So these guys are going to have to sit and develop. I'm going to try to... I'll see which one wants to come to town, I guess. We'll find out. Lobdell. We might put a full on Lobdell here. We're going to send the house. Mills. We're going to... Nope. I lied immediately. I apologize. Mills. Let's get more involved here. Mills might get a full send here. Just going 2 for him. Front is almost... He's almost a full send. Washington. He's getting a conversation. Britt is getting a full send. We need Britt in town. I'd love to get Bryson Brown in town. So Britt and Brown, I'd like to get both of them just because of size profile. And I love middle linebackers in this game. You can't go wrong at middle linebacker. We're putting 16 on Charles Waller out of Bixby. These 4s might go down to 2s because I want to see if I can load up and get Mills in the picture as well. That's 6'4", 240. We gotta see if we can get him in the fold. But in order to do that, I'm gonna have to find some points. And they can only give me 1 each. That only gets me to 13. I'm not taking any off of Britt. I'm not taking any off of Brown. I'm not taking any off of Waller. How am I gonna do that? Oh, nope, never mind. Unless I just completely take a scholarship off of one of these corners, which I can do. That's actually probably not a bad idea. I have to figure out which corner though. And I think if you had to ask me right now, it's one position I don't have elite speed at is corner. I've never really needed it. Just because we play a lot of cover 2 shell. So the corners always have a little bit of support. It does feel like I'm lagging sometimes. This guy's really strong. B. This guy's B A-, 4.24. 3.98, 39.8 versus 41 is basically a wash in terms of jumping ability. It's just that this guy's a little bit more of a tackler, and this guy is more of a burner. Give me the burner. I will come back to this. I'm withdrawing your scholarship. I'm sorry. I love you still. I hope, I think, maybe. But this gets you to 14 points, and that means I can put Mills at a full send. We get the report for week 2. We got both the quarterbacks. There are worse problems to have. We got 2 quarterbacks. I was anticipating getting one and going, but they both come to town. We got the number 6 guard. That's big. And we got Mills, the linebacker. So we got 4 of the 12 we were targeting. Didn't lose anybody. So we're going to see if Williams likes us at all. Not really. Colorado, Wisconsin, SMU, Ohio State, Alabama. I'm going to go Coach Prestige, see what happens there. We're going to go side to side. Waller loves us. We got to get Waller locked up. We're not going after a wide receiver. Matt Friend likes us. We'll probably need to get him locked up here pretty soon. I love the profile. Lobdell now has us atop his list. Mackey now has us atop his list. Okay. That's great. We got Mills. That's huge. Britt loves us. Full send. Brown loves us. Full send. Washington, a little bit lukewarm. I'm going to go check on Chris Henry. and see if he might be a little bit more interested. These corners might be my bugaboo. They might be the thing that drives me a little bit nuts here. So let's take a look at Chris Henry. He didn't like location either, but we are atop his list, which I can't say the same for you. I want at least one guy, and I don't want to make everybody mad. So let's go Coach Prestige. Let's give you 4. Washington, we're going to go 8, but we're going to also go Coach Prestige. Since we've already done location, it's probably playing time, if I had to guess. We're going Coach Prestige for you. I can't imagine you care about location. Otherwise, Missouri would be atop your list, because there are other corners in here that like Missouri. Free safety, I think I'm going to ignore it. Let's go back to interested prospects. Your week 2 guys that have triggered will come in here. Brandon Bradley, the 5-star athlete out of Clifton, Colorado, moves us up. We're not really beating anybody out here, but he is interesting at the very least. I'm going to hold off for now. Bryant Holt put us on his top 5, and he likes program prestige. We're going to do a full send. We're going to see what happens. Why not? So let's see what happens there. Don't care about this outside or defensive end, excuse me. Daniel Jackson, we're done at quarterback. Done at quarterback. We don't need any more. I think that's it. Like, because I can't. Again, if I get all these guys, that's 14. That's way over. But these guys are intriguing at the very least. Let's go current targets. Let's go Mackey. Let's load you back up. Lobdell. I think we're getting pretty close to maybe going a full send. We're doing a full send on you. I love the statistical profile. I don't think I'm going to get you. I'm worried, like, Keith Williams, if you're not going to, I'm probably going to go down to 26 for you. Mackey, Frund's a full send. We're going to, Jackson's, he's there. You're a full send. I know you are. Full send. Probably could be a full send. I'm going to go ahead and get you to a full send, actually. Some guys can just lock up and call it a day. We already have three of our first 3 blue chips all came in that same week there. That is a landmark. Also our first 4-star. So we're already achieving new ground here at SMU in this particular dynasty. 2 quarterbacks and a guard. So that's nice. We're going after 10. It's 4. We're trying to get all the middle linebackers. 1 guy is going to move over to fill that outside linebacker spot without really much of a problem. Outside linebacker, because we already have 3 there. We have 3 at middle linebacker. It's not going to be difficult to move a middle linebacker over there and call it a day. Because if we get all 3 of these cats, then we have -1, which is 5. Totally fine. And then we've got defensive ends for the future as well. So yeah, we'll be just fine there. I would love to get a couple, again, Mackey, that athlete, and I'm thinking about this athlete from Colorado that we're on the list now for. I'm just looking at that size profile going, I don't think he's a tackle. I'm 4'8", by the way, like the dude's a dancing bear, but I think he's an inside rusher. And I kind of want to know. Let's humor me. I got 2 points there. Who can I take off of? I'm going to go Washington. I'm going to go down to 4. And then interested prospects. I am breaking a bit of a rule here. Let's just go Coach Prestige. This guy's also Nebraska, Colorado. Let's go location. Nebraska, Colorado, Iowa, Cal. Maybe he's a location kid. Let's move on to week 4. We got that wide receiver first try. We got Bryant Holt. No interest in us after week 1. By week 3, he's an SMU Mustang. He is in town, baby. Love to see it. We got the 4-star guard, Lobdell. That's exciting. Henry decides to come to town. That's a big deal because he was kind of like, this is a guy that, like, you can kind of say, hey, take it or leave it with a scholarship, and he decides to take it. We do get the the blue chip athlete, out of Bixby, Oklahoma. So we get 4 more, so we're at 8, which means we should have, we're down to 7. Did we lose anybody? I don't think we did. No, we didn't. We did not lose a single recruit again. So let's go down the list. We got 2 athletes. Bradley has us up to 3rd. It wasn't location, so I'll go down to coaching prestige. We'll move on here. We got the whiteout. Sure, why not? 4.37 A+. Great. thrilled with that. That's the number 1 wide receiver in the country who was not interested in us at all. Oklahoma State was atop his list, and we just came in and said, come to Dallas. He came to Dallas. Friend has got us way up the list. It always is a little bit worrying when they're that topped out. It does kind of make you wonder if they're going to qualify or not. That's always a little bit scary. Mackey, we're still kind of trying to get it figured out here. Let's go playing time. Middle linebacker, we didn't get either of these kids. And some of this can happen too, where like they know that you already got somebody and they don't want to sit. Both of these guys are really good. I do not want them to go to UTEP. Come on. You got to come to Dallas. You don't want to go to El Paso. I know nothing about Texas, by the way. I've been to Texas one time in my life, so I know nothing. I don't want to disparage anybody. Down to corner, I saw Keith Williams put us atop his list, but we do not have a positive pitch yet. And again, no one's really advancing here either. So let's go location. And then Washington, kind of the same type of deal. Let's go playing time. And there shouldn't be anybody else. That leaves us with 3 points. Let's take a look at Bradley's at 16. You're at 16. Mackey's at 16. Friend's at 30. Probably doesn't need to be. So let's take that off. Washington's at 8. Do we go full send for Washington for a corner? Probably not. And that's, well, I mean, we don't really have a lot of other options. Basically, I have to decide which one of these guys I'm going to go full bore for. Truth be told, it's probably you. It's probably the corner, because this guy's got everything. I mean, he's got everything that you would want out of a corner. Bradley, I also really like. Mackey, I really like, but I feel like I've got options at these positions. I need Matt Friend to figure his life out. That's probably my biggest thing right now. Let's see if we put him down to 8. Washington comes up, and leaves us 4 points. But there's nothing I can do with that because I can't recruit anybody else. So that's kind of pointless. And I don't want to lose that. Other corner here. Taking him down and leaving Friend at 8 does give me 15 points. It lets me max out somebody else. It's going to be Bradley. That leaves us with 1 point. And we have 7 targets. We have 8 commits. Let's check out week 4. Well, we got 7 targets. We got 2 of them. We got Friend and we got one of the linebackers. Bryson Brown's coming to town. Did we lose anybody? We lost somebody. We're down to 14. The answer is the 3-star corner, Danny Washington. He wanted to go to Colorado, and he went to Colorado. So he gets his wish. He's off the list. And we've got 4 guys who we're heavily targeting. Bradley now has us atop his list, and Coach Prestige is a positive pitch. So that's a good sign. This is not a good sign. Let's go playing time for Keith Williams. Mackey, we still can't lock down. Let's go academics, I guess. I have no idea. And Britt, I also have no idea. That maxes out our points. That was perfect. So I wasn't even thinking about that. But yeah, apparently we had what's that, 105 points exactly? 30, 30, 30, 15. We got 105 points. We're going after these 4 guys. We're top of 1, we're top of 2, we're top of 3, we're a top of 4. Best case scenario, we're kind of crossing fingers here that we get all 4. We might not, but we're going to find out right now. So I hope we get all 4. I'm worried about the defensive tackle and the corner. That athlete from Colorado, I think we might swoop in and get. And I really hope we get that 3-star middle linebacker. I'm worried that we already have 2 committed there, that he might look and just go to UTEP or not commit at all. I think we're going to get, if you want me to guess, I think we're going to get 2 guys out of those 4. We got 2. And it was the exact opposite of what I thought. The 2 guys that I was worried about, or the 2 guys that we got the blue chip corner, and we got the 4-star defensive tackle. The athlete didn't come, and the middle linebacker didn't come. So let's go to our current targets. Let's see what happened. Middle linebacker didn't qualify. And he didn't qualify. So he didn't go anywhere. Ended up having Rice atop his list. That's a bummer. That guy had a great profile. This kid I was really excited about. We got two guys I'm really excited about. It's a bummer to not get all three. It is what it is. But Chris Britt, good luck to you. He will not be in the game, so good luck to you. And then Brandon Bradley decided to stay home at the last minute. He decides to stay with Colorado, a conference opponent now, and we're going to play him. So we'll have to take a look. We have to take Nebraska and Colorado. It's not just a, hey, this is a fun team. This is a team that we're going to see, and we're going to see every year. So since we're taking an Iowa State spot, we'll see Colorado every year and Nebraska every year. These guys are a competitor now. So that one's a bummer. I'm interested to see what he actually ends up as. So yeah, keep the name Brandon Bradley in the back of your mind there. Those are the only two guys that we lost the entire recruiting process. We got everybody else that we targeted. We ended up with 12 commits. We said 10 was the ceiling. So 12's not bad. We're over recruiting by 2. That's okay. It's when I go any more than 3 or 4, it gets really tedious. So 2's fine. We got to move a dude, and we'll find spots for everybody else. So, okay. So Britt and Bradley don't come to town. Let's view our signings. Got the number 1 wide receiver in the country, Bryant Holtz. This guy wasn't interested in us at all. Was a week 2 prospect, and by the end of week 3, he was an SMU Mustang. So we took care of that pretty quick. We got the number 2 corner, who was another week 2 guy. Didn't look like he was interested in us at all. We kind of piqued his interest by week 4, and then he ends up coming to town. Josh Anderson was a 5-star guard. We ended up getting the other guard that we targeted as well, Abdel. So we got 2 guards in this class. Guard of our 3 spots on the offensive line is probably our weakest. Got 2 quarterbacks. We've got the number 1 quarterback in the country and the number 2 athlete in the country, both of whom are quarterbacks. 1 out of Texas, 1 out of Ohio. I'm sure Ohio State fans are loving that and definitely haven't raised any questions about what's going on down in Dallas. You got a 4-star defensive tackle out of Louisiana. Can never have enough big bodies. This kid looked like the 455, 655A. Good. Could eventually hit 300 pounds. You need that. This type of player is just what you need in these dynasties. You need defensive tackles. You need run stoppers, especially for the sliders that we have. You gotta have it. So really excited to have him. Freund was a big time defense or offensive tackle that we targeted. We just love the size and speed combo. He's got it. Big fast kid out of Georgia. This was a big one. The 4-star middle linebacker, 6'4", 240, Nate Mills out of Snowflake, Arizona, 4'4", 395, 705, good, 6'4", 240. This man is going to be a prototypical defensive end in this defense and is going to have a lot of sacks by the end of his career if we have anything to say about it. Great pickup there. Chris Henry was kind of our hey, just in case corner. Probably our 3rd choice there. We got him, and then we also got our 1st choice. So very excited to get 2 corners when we're going to have 4 leaving the program after this year. Bryson Brown, he was kind of our 1 piece of a 2-piece 3-star middle linebacker attack that we were going after. We didn't get the kid Chris Britt. We do get Bryson Brown, so we're excited to have him as well. 6'1", 235, could probably play either. If I was really desperate, I could probably move him down to defensive line. He's not as tall as I'd like, but he has everything else, so we'll see. He might just be middle linebacker. We'll see. And then Chris Waller is the quote-unquote last player of this class out of Bixby, Oklahoma. 6'9", 300 pounds, 507 A-, 480, 15. What a profile. This kid could be anything. So we're excited about that. Let's go to our top classes. Colorado Hall's in the number 1 class. Brandon Bradley put them over the edge. They got a 3-star out of Laredo, Texas. They got a 3-star out of Uvalde, Texas. That was a defensive end that had us on his list as well. So they got 2 guys that were at least interested in us. That is interesting. Ohio State gets 0 blue chip recruits despite the number 1 quarterback in the country being in their backyard. That's interesting. They still end up with an incredibly good class. Number 2, LSU does work in Texas as well. Boston College, number 4 in the country. They got a blue chip halfback out of South Carolina, a blue chip defensive end out of New Hampshire. That makes at least a little bit of sense. And there's a blue chip center out of Massachusetts. Good for them. So Boston College, keep an eye out. USC, Wisconsin, Michigan, Florida State, Missouri, Miami rounds out your top 10. Iowa gets a blue chip out of Illinois. They hammer Illinois in this game, specifically Chicago. We end up with 5 blue chips in the number 12 class with only taking 12 guys. So 5 blue chip, 4 4-star, 3 3-star. That's how you draw it up. Should have taken 2 2-stars and a 1-star. Just call it a day. I'm going to scroll down here to see where everybody else is. That another one of those 5-star quarterbacks that we scouted ended up going to A&M and Daniel Jackson. Scrolling down more, Nebraska got a 5-star wide receiver out of Illinois. Cal and Nebraska are kind of married in this dynasty a little bit. 2 years ago, they played in the national title. Last year, they're playing the Holiday Bowl, and now they have basically mirroring recruiting classes. Anybody else interesting down here? Oklahoma State, top 25. They ended up going 8-5 last year. That was our first game last year, and, we took care of business. They ended up recovering from that. They went 8-5, had a nice year, 4-star program, fringe top 25. Took a ton of wideouts. Their three 4-star recruits are all wideouts, and of course we took the blue chip from them, so that's a bummer. Oregon 4-7, but they did get a blue chip halfback out of Vancouver, Washington. Good for them. So Oregon's trying to get back on track. Oregon State's right there as well. I always try to look for my previous conference to see how everybody did. Texas down at 40, Oklahoma 41. That's interesting. So kind of rough classes for those two. So let's move on. We're going to finalize recruiting. We're going to go through some of the recruits. The only other guy that I lost was that athlete out of Colorado. So let's go ahead and check on him and see what he looks like. And then we will go ahead and move on. So, oh my gosh. 6'5", 384. Let's just go straight to the profile. 65 feet, 90 strength, 85 tackle. 62 agility, 80 acceleration. He has decent pass block, run block. This guy is a bringer of death as a defensive tackle. We're going to have to deal with this dude for 3 years. What do we do? Like, this guy is the prototypical defensive tackle in this game. That's incredible. That would have been such a huge steal late. That guy would slot in, red shirt, and just be an absolute anchor for us. Instead, he's going to be somebody that we have to deal with. So that's an incredible get for Colorado. Good for them. That kid stays home. Let's go check our guys out. First and foremost, Clark is an 85. Whoa. Okay, that might be the highest true freshman quarterback I've ever seen us get in this game. I mean, usually 84, like, unless you really manipulate some stuff, 84 is about as high as you get. 85, my goodness. 76 speed, so I said 74 to 76, that's exactly where he's at. Strength is 68, so pretty strong. 65 awareness for a true freshman is pretty good. 97 throw power, 84 throw accuracy. He redshirts, that's going to go up. This kid, they already got him as the best quarterback on the team. He's not going to play in 2015, but my goodness, man, look at this kid. That's incredible. He's already got as much awareness as Clemens. Clemens has been in the program for 2 years. That's crazy. Wow, what a get. That's a huge get. Okay, no running backs, no fullbacks. We did get a wide receiver, 82, Bryant Holt. 89 speed, 97 jumping, 89, 92, 84 catch. This kid is the full package. This was a good late get. I know we were kind of thinking that we weren't going to get any wide receivers. We did get one, and we got a real good one. Brian Holt's going to redshirt. We're going to have 6 guys that are already ready to go, so he doesn't have to play. He doesn't need to be ready to play. Even though his awareness, decent enough, it's already better than the freshman behind him. We'll see how those guys improve, obviously, but 82, that's pretty incredible. No tight ends. We'll see how White does. Tackles, Freund is an 82. Yep. So that was the kid I wanted. He was the 4-star. Targeted him. He's an 82, 86 strength, 90 pass block, 92 run block with decent speed, 68 acceleration. Yeah, 82. So that was a good read on that part. Let's go ahead and move some dudes around here. Let's get Ward to the left side, and we'll keep from there, and we'll just let that play out as it is. Notice we're at 72 players. We'll have to cut 2 guys. I generally tend to cut linemen if there's too many of them. I don't think we're at that point right here, but we'll see. And then we went the 2 guys we got here, the 5-star Josh Anderson, 82. Evan Lobdell, the guy that I was originally targeting, 82. Both these guys are great. Both these guys will redshirt. Fantastic. We have hit everything so far of all the recruits we've seen. We've seen 1, 2, because we got 12. So we got the quarterback. It's great. Wide receiver's great. guard is, or the tackles was great, and then both guards were great. So that's 5. So we're looking fantastic there. Center, we didn't take anybody, didn't take any defensive ends. Mackey's a 76. That's perfect. That's about where he needs to be. 84, 84, 65, 62. You're going to redshirt. You're a guy for the future. We've got the kids behind you that will also, redshirt and develop as well. Boy, that athlete, though. We're going to see how the athlete looks that we did get out of Oklahoma. But, man, I'm bummed about that Bradley kid. We'll move on. 87, 86, 82. Let's see here. Mills is 74. A bit of a disappointment. Brown, the 3-star, was a 78. So Mills is the disappointment with only 74 strength. Bryson Brown's a 78 with 80, 89. This kid, man, maybe he should be the guy. Maybe you need to be the middle linebacker. I don't know, 82, 86. You didn't have the strength that I thought you would. This kid, though, has it all. He's going to redshirt, and maybe Mills isn't. I think that's how it's going to go. I think Hassan Adams is going to move to outside linebacker. He's going to be just fine there. He's going to fill that spot. We need to get an actual... let's do Franklin. Yeah. Let's do Franklin left side. So we'll go 4 and 4. Scott's our starter. Brown's going to redshirt, and Mills is a bit of a disappointment. I think he's going to be the number 3 middle linebacker. We'll see if we can kind of cheese a redshirt out of it, but we'll see. Corner. We have our 4. Excuse me, that's not our 4. Heath Williams, the blue chip, was an 82. Beautiful. 94 speed, 91 jump, 90, 94, 68 catch, 52 tackle, 56 tackle, 52 jump. Yeah, like this kid's got all the tools right away. Very excited. Probably again also going to redshirt. And then Henry's a 70 as a 3-star. It's a little bit of a disappointment, but again, he was kind of the just in case type of guy. So he's a little bit of a down, and Mills is a little bit of a down. In comparison to what I wanted, because Mills is a 4-star, so he's only 2 down. Brown's 6 up, so he's a borderline 4-star. Oh, yeah, Britt didn't commit anywhere. Never mind. Didn't take a free safety. We have 2 juniors and a sophomore. Didn't take a strong safety. We have 2 juniors, and then we have the 2 athletes. So Robinson's a 78, 82 speed, 90, 85, 62 tackle, 80, 84 acceleration. He is a quarterback. I don't want to put him anywhere else. I mean, he could be like a pretty whatever safety. Like, no, I'm not doing that. One thing I always do is I move my athletes to punter. That way their awareness will change automatically when I do move them places. So Robertson, the 78 quarterback. Again, I could put him somewhere else, but this is a kid, because of the lack of field awareness, is going to be someone that is probably going to sit for a while. 52 awareness. He's going to sit. That was one of the drawbacks with him, was that Eric Clark has 65. You go into road environments, especially in the Big 12, where you're going to be going to Memorial Stadium or Folsom Field or even Faurot Field. You go down to Texas, it's DKR, it's College Station, it's the 12th man, it's Oklahoma. In Norman, like, you have to have a quarterback in this game when you're on Heisman that can call audibles and call plays, and you have to have the awareness in order to do that. That's why that's such a key stat if you don't sim. Robertson has 52. He's going to have to sit. He has great tools. 82, 80, 84, 90, 85. Those are fantastic tools. If I was just starting out a Dynasty, this guy would be a god, but he needs to sit. He's 7 overall behind Clark, and they were both 5-stars. So he'll sit. It's a bit of a disappointment at 78. Waller, 56 speed, 88 strength, 72 tackle. So he might be a lineman. He might be an offensive line. 52, 68, 84 pass block, 91 run block. Let's take a look here. 76 fullback, 72 tight end, 76, 78, 78, 78 interior, and the defensive tackle is only 70. Man, I really wanted that athlete out of Colorado, and dang it. That's okay. You're going to be a center. I know you're kind of a big kid for that, and you don't quite have the awareness, but 78 at center, I already have the guards that I need from this particular class, and you're a 3-star and you're a 78, that's fantastic as far as I'm concerned. So really excited about this class. We only, in my opinion, only really had 2 misses and that would be not even a miss, but Mills is the miss. I think that's the biggest disappointment, is him coming in at 74. I thought his strength would be better, and I clearly overestimated that. So that's a bummer for Nate Mills. I thought he was going to be a record world to defensive end. It might be Bryson Brown, who comes in with 80 strength and already has better awareness. The thing was, Mills had like it was like B awareness, and Brown maybe it was like A minus. Yeah, this is all kind of checking out. The more I talk about this, he just has a lot better speed than I thought he would. I thought Mills was faster. Brown's faster. So Bryson Brown might be that next guy. He can grow into that role. He is going to have to take a red shirt, and then Mills is going to be behind them. I still love the speed profiles, size and speed, kills in this game. So we'll have to figure out who to cut. I don't know what that's going to look like. Thank you so much for listening. I know this is a long video. It's an hour 30. It's a pretty long video for what is otherwise a pretty small recruiting class, but I've enjoyed it. Thank you so much for listening, and let's see what the first year of Big 12 play brings us. Take care.